All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you?
I do. Even from a very young age, those around me spoke of my uncommon intelligence, and I can attest to my tendency to be restless, inquisitive, and observant. I quickly learned to read and write, attaining such knowledge that my master, Mr. Joseph Travis, and his friends, predicting troubles in controlling a slave with such intelligence. I had a keen interest in religion and became a prophet, devoting all time not dedicated to my master's service to prayer and reflection. One day while I was plowing, the Spirit came to me, saying, "Seek ye the kingdom of heaven, and all things shall be added unto you." After much prayer, this message came again 2 years later, which established in me such an assurance that I was made to do the Lord's will that I thought of not much else. I told the other slaves of an approaching event which would fulfill God's great promise, and I continued my work as God willed it. The Holy Spirit was with me always and bestowed upon me a vision. In this vision, the spirits of whites and the spirits of blacks, of slaves and their oppressors battled. And a voice said to me, "Such is your luck, such you are called to see, and let it come rough or smooth, you must surely bear it." Soon after, I discovered drops of blood on corn, as the Lord sent dew from heaven, and I also observed hieroglyphic characters on the leaves of the woods. Christ indicated to me the great day of judgment had arrived, and so I gathered my followers to carry out God's will. We were to slay the enemy with their own weapons, and though Mr. Travis, my master, was kind, the Spirit led me to begin at his home that night once we were equipped. Neither age nor sex would feel our mercy this night. It was God's will that I spill the first blood to motivate those fighting for the Lord, and so it was. Mr. Travis felt the blow of my hatchet and was laid dead by the axe of one of my followers. We left behind 5 dead, sparing not wife nor infant, slain by the will of the Lord. As the night progressed, our numbers multiplied, growing to 50 or 60 men. Men in possession of horses rode ahead, instilling fear in families and preventing their escapes. Their speed prevented my involvement, yet I arrived in time to see the work of death completed, in time to view the work of God carried out, and see the slain bodies lie in silent satisfaction. As we went on to continue our work, a party of white men lay in our path. Though we fought them off initially, the realization soon struck that these men were reinforced, and our numbers weakened by injury. Many of my men became panic-struck and dispersed. I attempted to procure arms and ammunition, yet my efforts were in vain, as my search was fruitless, and even the men closest to me had been taken, compelled to betray me. I gave up all hope and secured provisions in order to survive in hiding. I concealed myself for 6 weeks under a pile of fence rails in a field, which I left only at night, in search of water. I was discovered when a dog in the neighborhood caught the scent of my meat. The dog was followed by 2 Negroes, whom I fled from, for I knew I would be betrayed. I was pursued immediately and incessantly, and I surrendered without fight. Lest you not forget, I plead not guilty, as I do not feel so. And yet I come before you, loaded with chains, willing to suffer the fate that awaits me.